All right, shalom, shalom. Hey, before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders of Greatmillstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akyam that's out here pushing this word in truth and in all sincerity. Shalom. And shalom to the sincere sisters that are out there as well. Right? Now, another Saturday. I'm gonna try to keep my phone up. You know, I got it on the charger. So it's another Saturday, another pre-camp. You know, we wanted to use this time to be spiritual. So the title. Hold on real quick. I'm trying to get this situated. Keep it. All right, let's get to it. So, as the title of this stream is, you know, I might change it, but it just the title came quick. It was written, and you know, I did a lesson sort of like this years ago, and I guess it's, you know, it's always, you know, it's always. Sometimes you just got to revisit certain subject matters or whatever, right? As much as we read the Holy Scriptures and we read about how prophetic and how the Lord had the lives of the men of the Lord lined up in ways that, you know, we read and we be at awe, as we should be, right? But when you have to come to an understanding that the way that Yahawashi was moving with the men, our forefathers of old, and what do I mean by that? When you read about the story of Moses, the story of King David, the story of Yahawashi, the story of Samuel, when they give you like a breakdown to the origins of the man, you know, his mother and father was such and such, and you know, like Yahawashi, you know, when he was, you know, when Herod was seeking to kill the children, kill Yahawashi specifically, you know, that's when they, you know, what I think he was, you know, that's when he migrated to Egypt and went from Egypt to you know, he bounced around, right, from city to city, place to place, right, and we know that that was all fulfilling prophecy, right? In the Old Testament, it says that my son shall come out of Egypt, right? And we understand that, first and foremost, that precept is speaking to Yahawashi, right? And all, as well as the Israelites. You know, the Israelites, we did come out of Egypt, but, you know, it was speaking to the fact that Yahawashi would flee to Egypt. So he fled to Egypt. You know, all of those things were prophetically prophesied thousands of years ago. That's why they were able to prove that, or you could use these points to prove that that was Yahawashi. And, you know, as much as it was written for Yahawashi to do exactly what he did and become the man that he is, and so on and so forth, the same is true for the elect. And we all pray that we're here fighting, that we be part of that number. You know, that's what we're doing this for. So, but in the spirit of it, if you be a member of the elect, your life is in the same stead. The Lord had it, or you know, I'm rambling in this, but in the spirit, you know, let me get some scriptures. I'm driving, of course, but Jeremiah The first chapter tells you that I knew thee before I formed thee in the womb, and anointed thee to be a prophet unto the nations. You know, that's the Lord. The Lord molded you. Lord molded the men of the Lord, molded the prophets. It's no different than, like I say, Yahawashi, King David. Right? King David had, you know, when you read the story of Samuel, the prophet Samuel, you know, his the situation between his father and his two wives, and his mother, her and you know, basically what's the word, vowing his life to the Lord. Samuel then becoming under the tutelage of Eli the prophet, and then becoming the first prophet, because Samuel, another title for Samuel is also known as the first prophet, the first seer. Before they were known as prophets, they were known as seers, and Samuel is known as the first established prophet. You got to understand, like, of course, Moses prophesied, and one could say that Moses was the first reigning king. Of course, you could, if you want to be particular, yes. But in the establishment of the nation of Israel, us out of Egypt, in the land, the whole nine, Samuel was the first prophet that anointed, you know, King Saul to be king, and then furthermore unto King David, right? So that's the truth. That's the truth. This is serious. Like I said, your mother and your father getting together was by no accident. The Lord saw it fit. Hell, we, you know, through the Spirit. Salaki. Sorry, hold on. What the hell going on with this phone? All right. It is written, man. So again, changing the pace or the direction of this a little bit, but the same subject matter of it was written, right? Is this charge is killing me, but I need it. Is there's more writing. There's more things to be fulfilled. See, it's easy to just read, like I said about the life of Yahawashi, and you get the first bulk of his life and a few precepts, and you just keep it pushing to get to the next chapter. Same thing with Moses. You understand how Moses, the Lord had it where he went down the river in the basket, and the Lord, you know, the handmaid saved them, and so on and so forth. I always know the story. It was written by the Lord for it to be exactly that way. So for us, men that are teaching, you got to understand that there's more to this story to be written out for all of us. There's more high points, more low points, more challenges, more changes. And you got to be ready to accept those changes, and understanding that it's the Lord's story. See, it's easy to just accept, and it's not, because it takes spiritual, you got to be, you know, spiritually advanced to understand these things, or the Lord got to be dealing with you to understand that, you know, these subject matters, and, you know, and so on and so forth, right? But you got to understand that we're, and like, that's what I was trying to say about we are actors in the Lord's play. Because yeah, man, there's no such thing as free will, and you just You just understand that from a babe's perspective. See, the Lord will make moves and motions in your life in ways that it'll actually have you afraid, even if it is in your benefit. Because you start to really grasp how you have no control over your life. No control. And that's scary. But part of wisdom is accepting that and praying that. I pray that Yahawashi uses us or uses you or myself in a righteous sake. Because the Lord is going to use you one way or another. Everybody's out here getting used. Wicked niggas is getting used for wickedness. Scriptures say even the wicked are the Lord made. All right? For the day of judgment. So you got to understand these things. But focusing in on the fact of we are not in control, man. And there's more story to be told, man. There's more story to be exposed to us. We're just right now, this story is going to advance and evolve and change in a way where we're going to have to literally walk by faith and not by sight. We were talking about this last night, like Second Ezra, the 7th chapter. That path where it was fire on one side and water on the other side, only where one man could walk through it. That's the fiery trials in the straight gate, metaphorically, that the elect will have to go to enter into the broad, which is the kingdom of heaven. But what that means for you, what that means for me, is to be determined. But what I will say is, you gotta accept that this is the Lord's story. That's the first part of it. And being willing for changes. It's like you being on a movie set with John Singleton or Quentin Tarantino or Steven Spielberg. You know, these top movie producers and directors. And your character, and he says, no, I don't like it that way. I prefer the character. And you know what's good a story of that? Tupac and Juice. Tupac almost got fired from that job of that acting. Hey, 144, I'll praise Yahawashi. He almost lost that acting position because he was just being stubborn and didn't want to change and submit to the role. See, the role is the role. That's the point of this, and I'm going to close up on this point. The role is the role. But Yahawashi, if the Yahawashi chose you or chose me for a position, we got to live it out. We got to play that position all the way to the end, whether you like it or not. That may come with the Lord taking away your family, taking away your woman, taking away your children, taking away your family members, taking away your job. It could mean a bunch of different things. But you can't be offended. So you could be hurt. You could be hurt. But when your hurt starts to having you looking sideways at Yahawashi, that's where you're in error. Scriptures say, be cheerful when thou art changed to a lower state. When the Lord is trying you, you got to realize that the Lord is trying you. Even when it hurts. Because it's written. It's written. So again, I'm going to close up here through the Spirit. I pray this lesson was edifying and informative. But just remember, this is the Lord's play. Theology goes back to theater. This is the Lord's theatrics. He casted us for roles. It is on us to perform those roles, or you know what will happen? You will get removed, and somebody else will step in and fulfill the position. So with that, I want to close this up. I want to give it all the glory and honor to Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, Rakakurash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders of Greatmillstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akian that's out here pushing this word of truth and in all sincerity. Shalom.